everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm going to talk about the Harris 210 Cruiser CW. This particular boat is one of our more popular models from Harris. A ton of value. This particular boat set up with a tri-tune configuration with the 150 horsepower, so really great performance and kind of unbeatable value for really a premium brand but not a crazy price on this 210 Cruiser. So first I'm going to talk about just some of the little things you may or may not notice. Everybody looks at a pontoon boat and you see the furniture inside and you really don't know what's happening other than that. So a couple things I'll point out that I really like that Harris does. The first off is a high fence panel that I believe is 24 inches tall. A lot of times you'll see a fence panel end like here, and then the more seat furniture sticking up out, and it just doesn't look as nice and clean. Nice anodized rails. There's actually 3 different textures of rail right here just to give that boat a little bit more exclusivity, just not rather than just having just like a regular square rail. Just even right here there's 3 different rails and 3 different sections, just simple as that. This particular boat, all the Harrises have the rubber bumper all around the exterior, the whole outside. Harris has 3 baffled pontoons. Nice little trim piece here. A lot of times this is a sharp edge on the spray rail right there. And the other thing I always like to point out, because it's a lot of competitors are not anywhere near on this side, but these cross members go all the way to the end of the pontoon. A lot of times you'll see these heavy duty cross members or these light duty cross members from competitors end about 3 inches in, and then if you hit something, this piece kind of caves in. But because they go all the way to the end and you can see them down the line, you're not going to probably cave in this rub rail at all, even if you do make an impact damage, because it's got support all the way to the edge from the cross member. So just a couple little things to point out. This particular boat's set up with the Select package, which has the docking lights and obviously navigation lights that are kind of out of the way. Nice, chrome finish to them. So, overall a lot of value here for the Harris 210 Cruiser. So I'm not going to get too much into construction because that's kind of boring, but it is, good information to know that even at this price level from Harris, you're still getting a really high-end, heavy-duty boat. Harris has a patent on these M brackets, which run the full length up and down. There's not segmented, things with a skirt on the outside, so they really add structure to the entire boat when you're attaching it to the deck. And then I actually like these little channels here, where actually the connection between the floor and the deck, you kind of have a bolt, thinking about a bolt upside down, kind of slides in that channel. That makes sure that the bolt is not, kind of cockeyed, or the boat's, you're always going to get a straight setup where the boat's not, going to be, the one tube is actually 2 degrees off that way. You're always going to get a fully, 100% dialed in, straightness on the tubes because of that setup. Other things I really like, a nice heavy-duty motor pod. You can see the heavy-duty motor pod. Again, real nice finish on the welds. Heavy-duty ski tow bar that's out of the way of the rear platform, so it's not protruding your entry and exit out of the boat. So I really like that feature. And then I also like the fuel tank, direct fill, as opposed to having one that's kind of in the furniture that sometimes shoots back at you and it runs wire, runs tubes kind of down and has a lot more feedback. These typically have very limited feedback, and you can access it from either side depending on where your boat's docked, or you can access from the platform. You can access it from the street if you're doing it on a trailer. So an easy access fill. As you move around, you'll see the Mercury 150 horsepower motor. Harris is going to include a stainless steel prop, which is kind of nice as an upgrade automatically with a tri-tune package. Other upgrades that are included on this boat is a nice 4-step stainless steel ladder, with a wide, with a kind of a wide positioning here. So if I'm a bigger guy, I can get up and not have to kind of narrow my arms and feel off kilter, kilter side to side. So a nice heavy-duty stainless steel ladder, and that you'll see that throughout the boat, a lot of stainless steel accents. But overall, just a lot of value packed into this boat. This is a full-length tri-tune, so the tri-tune is, continues all the way from the front to the back. It allows for a bigger fuel tank, so higher fuel capacity in this boat as well. So just tons of value with this boat. So as we move inside the 210 Cruiser CW, basically the configuration in this boat is going to maximize the amount of seating and seats you have in the boat. So you're going to have basically quad loungers, or basically a lounger on the port side, lounger on the starboard side, in the front and the back. So that's going to kind of maximize the number of seats that are in the boat. Particularly in a 21-foot boat, we want to kind of maximize that. As you move up into the bigger boats, sometimes you'll see a dual helm, but if you put the dual helm there in a smaller boat like this, that takes away an extra seat somewhere else. So this is kind of maximizing the number of seats that we have inside the boat. Great fit and finish on the Harris upholstery. One thing I'll point out, just again, a little thing that you don't always notice as you're looking around these boats, just as an added bonus feature, just from a safety perspective, you open the gate here. Obviously, you're going to have kids going, along the back and jumping off the boat. But this actually, this piece here actually will support 40 pounds or 400 pounds of pressure. A lot of times, you'll just have like a little plastic nugget down here that holds the gate in place, so there's no way that a kid can kind of push this through and open this gate unless you want them to. So it kind of has a child-proof lock on it or a pet-proof lock, and there's just no way that it's gonna fly open unless you want it to. So again, just a little thing that's kind of making the boat heavy duty. As you move into the upholstery, we'll kind of go through. Obviously, you have storage underneath all these seats. There's a water management system here, so that if you do get rain, the water should kind of get into this crevice here and then drain outside the boat, not into your compartments. The compartments are completely sealed and separate, so if you get water on the floor, there's not going to creep underneath the seats and get mildew and stuff like that in your seats. I really like on this boat how it's got the little cutouts for the drink holders rather than having something that protrudes out in the seating area. And then you also, in pretty much every one of these, you have USB plugs because everybody's going to have their cell phones in here. So again, a modern thought in the design here. So you'll see, I think there's one in every single seat is that USB charger. And it just kind of keeps the drinks out of the way, doesn't inhibit the seating. So overall, nice, comfortable, high-end upholstery, 3 tones on the color. Other thing I like is that a lot of times I'll sit and being a bigger guy, I'm well over 200 pounds, and I can sit on this corner and actually kind of put my weight, and a lot of times you'll see these seats fly up. All right, so there's a lot of support right to the edge, which is unlike a lot of pontoons out there. You sit on this corner piece and you put some weight, and then the seats, you feel like you're falling off, but not on this Harris. It's really, really well designed. So Helm Area is obviously super important for the captain of the boat. I like this helm because it's modern in design, it's sleek, it's not super bulky or burly because, again, we're talking about a 21-foot boat, it's not a 25 or 28-foot boat, so having this a little bit more slender console helps you have more seating in the boat. I've got plenty of leg room. The seat obviously adjusts forward and back. We've got an adjustable tilt wheel. The throttle control is conveniently located where I can have it, still have my arm and my elbow on the armrest here and control that and push it back so it's kind of ergonomically friendly. Your gauges are kind of offset a little bit to the right. They're digital gauges, everything you need. We've got the little plastic cover still on them from shipping, but there's some digital readouts as well. But they're custom gauges made for Harris, but they're digital, which is nice. And then a little, kind of cell phone holder / 12-volt receptacle, USB charger right there. Nice Clarion stereo unit with Bluetooth built in right here. So, not too crazy fancy, but nice and, clean. No kind of plexiglass, cheap-looking windshield on this boat. So overall, I really like the way the console's designed. It's also big enough. I say it's slender, but it's also big enough to actually have a cooler storage. Right now there's actually a table mounted in there that actually is included in this boat, and we wait for the customer to figure out if they want the table in the front or the back, but you can also put a cooler in there and it slides in real easily out of the way, for extra beverages. So storage, again, is key. This is kind of a cool storage compartment that you can, if you want to, get an optional pop-up changing room, but it's got 2 gas assist shocks. A great spot for backpacks, or even a slender cooler can fit in there. But everybody kind of has their stuff as they get in the boat. Kind of a beach bag type thing you can throw in there really easily, which is kind of nice. Because we have a full-length tri-tune on this boat, we've got a nice big heavy-duty ski locker. This is actually where the cover for the boat's located right now, but you could definitely get skis in there. Has a nice gas assist shock, kind of a nice marine mat top, so it's finished off real nice. So a good setup with that. And then as we move into the bow, similar to what we saw on the transom, I'm just going to point out again, somebody my size, a bigger, taller guy. If I want to lay out in the front here, there's plenty of space. Again, on a 21-foot boat, you're not going to have crazy amount of space to sit, but this boat, really you can get 8 to 10 people on this boat pretty easily and comfortably, where everybody's going to have a seat. And again, I just kind of like the ergonomics of how everything's laid out. I feel secure. If you've got little kids jumping up on these seats, they feel secure in the boat. A lot of times you'll see these cushions be about this tall, and you kind of feel like it's too low. But this one really kind of hugs you in and keeps you in. So, overall, just a, for a cruiser boat, which I would consider a value premium product. There's a lot of premium features, but you're not paying that top, premium price, for this boat. So it's very, very nice what you get for the money. Thanks everybody for joining us on the 2022 Harris 210 CW here at Buckeye Sports Center. We appreciate everybody looking and watching our videos. We do a lot of videos online. We appreciate all the comments we get from all around the country and all around the world. For more information about Harris boats and what boats we have in inventory, visit BuckeyeSportsCenter.com. Thanks again for watching.